Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping straight in today with some pretty significant news coming out of India. The Lok Sabha has just passed the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025. It's a landmark piece of legislation. So if you're studying for exams, maybe the UPSC, or you just need to stay updated on current affairs, this is, well, it's a crucial briefing for you.
Absolutely. And what's really striking here is how this bill just changes the whole game, so to speak. It brings in this blanket ban on all online real money games. And, what's fascinating is how it sort of bypasses all those old tricky debates about skill versus chance. It aims for clarity.
Right, a blanket ban. That sounds comprehensive. So the bill explicitly prohibits offering, operating, even advertising or playing these games. But let's nail down the definition. What exactly falls under online money game according to this new law? What are we actually talking about?
Good question. Basically, an online money game is defined as any online game where you deposit money or some kind of stake with the expectation of winning money or another prize of value. And that definition is key because it's really broad. It means platforms that many people use, think Dream11, PokerBaazi, RummyCircle, they're effectively banned. It doesn't matter anymore if they argue they were games of skill. This definition just covers them.
Okay, so that pulls in a lot of major players. Let's unpack the consequences then. What happens if companies or individuals don't comply? The bill mentions some pretty serious penalties, right?
Oh, definitely. They aren't messing around. For the operators, people running these games, it could mean up to 3 years in prison and a fine, a hefty one, up to 1 crore rupees.
Wow. And it's not just the operators.
No, it extends further. Advertisers, endorsers, maybe even celebrities who promoted these games, they could face up to 2 years jail and a 50 lakh rupee fine. And importantly, financial institutions like banks or payment gateways that handle the money for these games, they're also liable. Up to 3 years jail, 1 crore fine for them too.
That's extensive. It covers the whole ecosystem.
It does. And on top of that, the bill gives authorized officers some pretty broad powers. They can conduct search and seizure operations at any premises and get this potentially without a warrant. If they have a reasonable belief a violation is happening.
Without a warrant. Okay, that's definitely a strong enforcement mechanism. So, shifting gears a bit, why such a drastic move? What's the government's rationale behind this sweeping ban? Why now?
Well, there are several layers to it. A big driver is addressing the socioeconomic harms. We've heard stories, right? People, especially young people, getting addicted, losing huge amounts of money, sometimes lifetime savings, families being destroyed. That's a major concern.
Right, the human cost.
Exactly. Then there's the legal side. The situation was messy. Different states had different rules, lots of legal challenges. It created confusion. So this bill tries to fix that lack of a clear legal framework.
And anything else?
Yes, national security. There were concerns about money laundering, potentially even terror financing, and just illegal transactions flowing through these unregulated platforms, especially since many have links offshore, making them harder to monitor.
So it's about protection, financial, social, legal, and national security. Makes sense. But here's an interesting point. While it bans these real money games, the bill also sets up a new central authority. What's that about? It seems a bit dual purpose.
That's a really important distinction they're making. Yes, this new authority's first job is to enforce the ban we've been talking about, but it also has a second, quite different mandate to actually promote the development of esports and other legitimate online games.
Legitimate meaning?
Meaning those that don't involve putting in money to win money. So competitive video gaming, creative online games, it's formally recognizing esports as a distinct creative and recreational industry. It's drawing a clear line. This is betting, which is banned, and this is esports, which we want to encourage.
Okay, I see. So it's not anti-gaming per se, just anti-real money gaming. Stepping back then, what's the overall significance here for India? What are the big takeaways?
I think the biggest thing is creating a single, uniform national law. It ends that legal gray area, that confusion we mentioned. That's significant. It's also framed as strong consumer protection, aiming to shield people from fraud, data misuse, and addiction. And, as we just discussed, giving esports formal recognition could really boost its growth and legitimacy in India.
Makes sense. But a change this big, you can't be without challenges or criticisms, surely. What's the other side of this?
Absolutely, there are major challenges being discussed. The economic impact is probably the biggest one. Estimates suggest the government could lose somewhere between, say, 15 to 20,000 crore rupees in tax revenue. And think about the industry itself. Reports mention over 30,000 crores in revenue, significant foreign investment, maybe over 2 lakh jobs. Stifling innovation is a concern, too.
That's a substantial economic footprint.
It is. Then there are the legal challenges. It's almost certain this will be challenged in court. Questions about the fundamental right to trade, and also about whether the central government even has the power to legislate this, since betting and gambling are usually state subjects under the Constitution.
Right, the center versus state issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, those broad enforcement powers, we talked about the warrantless search and seizure, that raises concerns about potential misuse, about privacy rights. It brings up that classic question, about the balance between state power and individual liberties.
So it's a really complex picture. A bold attempt to regulate and protect, but with potentially significant economic fallout and serious legal and rights-based questions attached.
Precisely. It's a major policy shift with far-reaching consequences. And perhaps the thought to leave you with is this. As India's digital economy booms and technology keeps evolving, how does the country strike that difficult balance? The balance between protecting public welfare and fostering economic growth and innovation, especially when new tech always seems to outpace the law, that's the ongoing challenge.